Hey guys, it's Rebecca Oberstadt. So I wanted to do something out of my comfort zone today, and I want to use a lot of the products that I've gotten in from my Ipsy Glam bag and my Sephora bag. Now I canceled Sephora like 3 months ago, and I've gotten three bags since I canceled it. So I thought that was a little unusual, and I haven't been charged for them, but I have gotten a couple of extra Sephora play bags since I canceled it. So what I'm going to try and do is a makeup look that I wouldn't normally do, but I want to incorporate items of makeup into it that I would use. So I was planning on using my Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette, but I got this. This is from Ella Eden London. The color is called Harmony. It's really pretty. This is Ella Eden's Harmony. These two colors are from the Jaclyn Hill palette. The middle shade on my hand is actually this one right here. And then this shade here is like the pink with the gold reflect in it on the very edge of my hand. So I was very surprised to see how similar this shade and this shade was from the Jaclyn Hill palette. Especially when you look at them on my hand, they're almost identical. This one might have a hint more pink in it than the one on the very end. So I wanted to incorporate this into a look, and I have everything from Tarte setting powders, a Tarte blush. I did get a Hoola bronzer, but there's no point in using this when I have this. And I think these are the same size. This is 4 grams, this one's 3. So I'll probably just sell this or pass it on to somebody who would want it because I already have one. I also have the Hourglass. This is an Hourglass Veil Primer I want to try and use. I have a lipstick from Makeup Forever, which is almost identical in color to the new L'Oreal lipstick that I just got. This one's matte, this one's shiny. So I don't know, I wanted to try and incorporate as many of these little tester size products that I can. I even have a concealer that came in an Ipsy bag. I have brow gel from Anastasia Beverly Hills. This I got in an Ipsy bag like a year ago, but I'm still using it. I have a tattoo liner from, I think this is a Kat Von D product. I have a Luxie brush that came in a couple months ago in one of the bags. I haven't even used it yet because I did several unbaggings, but when I went to upload the videos, the files were corrupted, so I'm gonna have to re-record going all the way back to April. So I've got May through July of Ipsy bags and Sephora play boxes that I am going to have to refilm everything. So I figured I would use, and I got a PR package from Maybelline with a new mascara of theirs. So I've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10 new products that I want to try out. So I'm going to start off with the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion. I haven't really used this much since I got it. And I did make the mistake once of trying that veil stuff on my eyes from Hourglass, and my entire eyelids like broke out in little itty bitty rash bumps. So I will not make that mistake again. And I'm going to use the Urban Decay eyeshadow in Foxy to set that because it's like a yellow based cream shade. This is also a brush that I got from Ipsy bag. It is a huge angled brush. But because I know there are no matte shades in the Jaclyn Hill palette that are this tone and this lightness that are matte, I wanted to just use this. And that's just to give the shadows a fighting chance to be even and not like, I know some people like to leave their primer sticky so that the shadows have something to grab onto, but I find that if I try and do that, I end up with a big mess. Silk Cream. Well, I'm gonna do a warm look. I'm very afraid to use oranges. So I guess I'll use the EFO shade in here. And I'm very light-handed when I tap in. I just kind of tap once and then put the product on. And if I want to build it up, I do. And I blend as I build. Some people, they'll pack on shadow and then blend it afterwards. I kind of like to do it as I go along. And I kind of wish this palette had a mirror. So if you see me looking up, I'm looking at the mirror just over the camera. Most of the wall is a mirror. And this is a Luxie brush I got from an Ipsy glam bag as well. Okay, I think I'm going to be brave, and I'm going to go into Creamsicle. Don't know how well this shade is going to work with that pinky orange, but we'll see. And I'm putting this lower than I did that first color. So this is going where my natural crease is. It's not as bad as I thought it would be. I thought it would be a lot brighter. I've never liked the way oranges looked on me. Oranges and most yellows do not look good on my skin because I have a yellow undertone. I'm very green. That way I can get closer and you can see what I'm doing. Alright, in my crease, like down here, this part of my crease and the outer part of my eye, I'm going to use Hunts, which is the shade right here. Ooh, that one actually has some kick up. Most of the shadows in this palette are not very powdery. And I didn't do anything other than skincare on my face, so I don't have any foundation or concealer or anything like that on. I was gonna do my eyes first and see how this worked out, because if I hated it, I could always wash my eyes back off. I even have a Clinique eye makeup remover that I can try. It works really well at taking off stubborn eyeliner, I know that. Okay, for right this second, I think that's what I'm going to leave. I'm going to take this Smashbox Studio Skin 24-Hour Waterproof Concealer and just put a dab in the front of my eye, and then use a synthetic brush to kind of smooth it out, and then pop that LA Eden color right over it. A lot lighter than I expected. I'm going to try using my finger. I guess because the concealer is fair and it's really light, putting such a light base under it is making it very, very bright. Brush that I was using and just kind of like blend it into the other shade. Going back in with that Hunt's shade and working just in the crease above it to kind of blend the outer and the inner together to make it a little bit more cohesive. So this is what I've got so far. I'm going to go ahead and throw in the light on the upper part of my eye and the inner corner. So basically hitting the brow bone and the inner corner. Okay, now on to primer, foundation, concealer, setting powder, all that kind of fun stuff, and then I will finish up the eyes. Okay, so now that my eyes are done, I'm going to use this Hourglass Veil Mineral Primer. And it's got this cutest little spatula on it. So I'm just going to scoop in and get some product out. There's even little feet on the little spatula. So I'm going to start with this much. You know, that's one thing that I see that people that do makeup don't ever talk about. Like, how much primer do you use? When I was in cosmetology school, they didn't talk about primers. God, this stuff feels like I'm rubbing satin on my skin. Like, it wasn't a big thing back in the late 90s for people to use primers. Or at least I don't remember them ever going over it while I was in school. Gosh, my face feels like I literally am rubbing satin all over it. Not quite sure what it's supposed to do. I guess I could look at the packaging. It just says shake well, apply with fingertips or hourglass brush number 2, follow with foundation for a truly flawless complexion. So maybe it's supposed to help with pores. So that was this little guy. I'll put it back in its little box since I pulled it out of the other box. Now, before I go in with foundation or anything else, I usually start with a corrector. This is from NYX. This is the CW10. This is in yellow. I have the Wet n Wild in yellow, and then I have the Physicians Formula in the Concealer Twins, which is yellow and white. So I got this, I don't know, about 2 months ago, and I haven't even used it yet. Like, I opened it to look at it, and that's basically all I've done. So let's see how well this covers these lovely dark purple circles I have. Because I know the NYX one that I use is like way too thin. I have to use it and like let it sit on my skin for a minute to like dry down before I even think about mixing it in. And the Physicians Formula is thicker, but again, the coverage just isn't there because I have really dark purple circles. And I know with correctors you're not supposed to like cover the entire area, but I'm basically purple from here all the way to my inner corner. So I've even had a tendency to like carry it all the way up here. And I do wear glasses, so you'll see like indents on my nose where my glasses sit. Whenever I'm sitting at my computer, I always wear my glasses. I do not work on my computer without glasses. Seems to be working okay. Trying to put a little plastic thing back in it. It was fighting with me. I'm just going to grab a little Milani palette because it's got a mirror. Just make sure that it's blended out enough. And I'm going to try something new. I have all these like baby hairs all over my face. Not to mention I've got breakouts on my forehead, but I have like little hairs. I even have like peach fuzz like basically all over my face, just like, you know, most people do. and I find brushes seem to pick up the hair no matter what direction I'm going. I've tried using beauty blenders. I've got several different types, and so in order to try and avoid the look of the little hair standing up, I'm just going to go in with my fingers, which is what I used to use in like high school. This is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation in Porcelain. Smells like I'm putting paint thinner on my face. I don't usually wear foundation, but I have a bunch of breakouts on my forehead right now. Not quite sure what they're from, whether it's stress or what. Yeah, that was not a good idea. I'm going to use this EcoTools foundation brush and try and even this out a little bit more. I don't know, maybe it's just because I don't like wearing foundation. I never have. I was always one of those compact kind of girls. Always used like pressed powders and stuff. I never really used heavy foundations other than cream. I always used a cream foundation because I've got dry skin. It's like sticking in mustache hairs. There's a dry spot there too. That doesn't help. I don't know, I just don't like the way foundation feels on my skin. I don't like the way it looks. See what it's doing right here? I don't know if that's the primer or what. And I literally can see every little hair on my face. This formula is a little pink too. I think a lot of the fair shades that I've tried are all way too pink. Holy crap, look at my eyebrow. I'm almost wondering if the shade is a little bit too light for me. I've been using cleansers that have like alpha hydroxy acids in them and hyaluronic acid I've been using a hyaluronic serum on my face, and I've been using, my toner has glycolic acid, and I noticed it has been changing the color of my skin. It's actually made it a little darker. This is 120 Maybelline Super Stay. Let's see if this like warms me up a little bit. I have like a line right here on my nose. Still looks weird, my eyebrow too. Well, I'm not as ghostly now. Okay. I'm going to try the Smashbox Concealer in Fair. It's kind of like a peach color. Don't know how bad this is going to look. It's okay. It's not like really, it's not really like covering any more of the darkness right here. I think in order to get the coverage that I like, I would have to use either my Makeup Revolution or the Shape Tape in order to get the fullness that I like in order to hide this dark spot. Alright, this is the Tarte Smooth Operator Amazonian Clay Finishing Powder, and it's got a little tab in here. These little holes make it like impossible to get anything out. Like, that's after hitting it 20 times. I'm going to switch over to my Maybelline Fit Me powder. This also has a little coverage to it. Next, I'm going to go in with this Tarte Amazonian Clay Blush in Party. I haven't even used this yet. Now I'm going to mix the Wet n Wild highlighter in Precious Petals and the Physicians Formula in Pearl. I like the color of the Precious Petals one. It's just sometimes a little too dark on my skin, and you can see like a beige stripe on my face. Now for eyebrows, I'm going to take this little Model Co. sampler that I got from an Ipsy glam bag. I normally use my little JCat one, but I can't find where to put it. I reorganized what little makeup I've got, and now I think I made the mistake of putting eyebrow and eyeliner pencils together. So I have to figure out a better way to separate those two out. Because I only have a couple of longer eyebrow pencils. And the only brown eyeliners that I have shimmer in them. So that's not exactly what you want to put in your eyebrows. And I have really decent brows. I just kind of fill in some of the sparse spots. So I don't know where the camera cut off, but I'm just gonna go over the things that I finished up. And basically I finished my eyebrows using the Model Co. Insta Brows in medium dark. I threw in the Gimme Brow in shade 5. And then on top of that, I used the Anastasia Clear Brow Gels. I did use the Falsies Volume Express from Maybelline. It is one of their new mascaras. In my waterline, I'm wearing the L'Oreal Infallible Nude. It says nude beige. In my waterline, underneath, I did a mixture of, I used Hunt's right up against the lash line, and then I used Creamsicle to like blend it out. The liner, which is very difficult for me to use because the bristles move, is the Kat Von D tattoo liner. It's like the second time I've ever tried to use it, and it didn't go well over the shimmer shade, and it like anywhere that I had like creases or lines or texture on my eyelid, it like didn't want to color it at all. So that was interesting. The lipstick is the Makeup Forever Artist Rouge Cream in C211. It doesn't like have a name, it just says C211 on it. And I think that's it. I was going to put lashes on, but I don't know. I kind of like it without the lashes. Now, granted, the lashes would make it more dramatic. If I did put, for example, if I did put lashes on, just as an example of what it would look like with versus without lashes. But these were in a PR box that I got, and I think I trimmed off a little bit too much. I always save what I trim. You never know. Maybe one day I'll make a pair of lashes out of just the little trimmed pieces. But these are from Kiss Lashes. These are their blowout lashes, and it came with the cutest little bottle of lash glue, but I already have Kiss lash glue because I'm allergic to latex, so I thought that was cute that it came with lash glue. And I think that's it. I sprayed my face with the Sephora, this is the Rose Hydrating Mist, because my face feels kind of dry, but that's basically it. I just finished off my brows, put some mascara, liner on, did lipstick, and then inner rim liner, and that's basically all I did to finish out this look. Take my hair down now that it's dry. Oh, it's still not all the way dry, but it's most of the way dry. So if you like this look and you want to see me use more colors that are out of my comfort zone, then leave a comment down below. Don't forget to like this video and share it. And you know, comments do help. So if you like the makeup look, then leave a comment and let me know that you liked it. There are quite a few shades in here that, especially like most of this row, except for this color, I was kind of like scared to use. I haven't used any of these colors. Well, I did use this one in a look once, but the other three I haven't touched. I haven't used this color. These colors I'm kind of, well, not that one, but these colors I'm kind of intimidated by. So it just all depends, because my skin color is really like odd. Some days it looks really green. Some days I look yellow. I have to be careful with what colors that I wear. Like anything that's like this color yellow I can't wear, but like pastel yellows I can wear. I can wear like pastel oranges, but bright oranges I can't wear. So it just depends. I was surprised that I can pull off the colors that I have on my lid, that it's not washing me out more than I anticipated. It actually looks pretty good. I'm a little surprised because I was afraid that this color would have a negative impact on not only my under eyes because they're so dark, but just my face to begin with, because I was very kind of green looking when I got up today. So anyways, I'm Rebecca Oberstadt. Hopefully you enjoyed this makeup look, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.